Hello friends, and a warm welcome. For a few weeks prior to the start of the Fall 2021 Sephora sale, I kept checking the Sephora website to see if a couple of products that I'd hoped to purchase were back in stock. One of the products was from a relatively new makeup line called Makeup by Mario, created by internationally known makeup artist Mario Dadivanovic. It's a stick contour that I'd heard raves about. But unfortunately, none of the products arrived in time to be restocked prior to the start of the sale. However, when our youngest daughter, who happens to be a beauty editor, arrived a few days before Thanksgiving to be with us over the holidays, I mentioned how disappointed I'd been about not being able to purchase the two products that had been on my wish list. Without a word, she went out to the garage and retrieved some boxes that she hadn't yet unpacked. And within just a few minutes, two large cases of Makeup by Mario sat on our dining room table. And being the wonderfully generous person she is, she said I was welcome to give all the products a try. Well, as you can imagine, I definitely felt like a kid who'd been let loose in a candy shop. Sitting in front of me was not only just about every product I'd need to create a full face of makeup, but way more. Since she'd also had a chance to meet Mario via a Zoom conversation, she also shared with me that not only was the makeup artist responsible for Kim Kardashian's signature look, but he was also just an incredibly sweet and kind guy. Well, as you might guess, I'm very excited to try out these products and share with you how they work on mature skin. But before we do, I want to welcome all of you who are here for the first time and also welcome back all of you who are returning. Thank you. Sharing makeup tips, techniques, and product information for those of us over 50 is the heart and soul of this channel. And as a makeup artist who's well over 50 myself, I'm definitely experiencing the same changes and challenges that we all encounter as we get older. And as we age and our skin changes, we need to learn and adopt new techniques that will work the best for us now. And that's exactly the focus of this channel. So if this approach sounds like a fit for you, I do hope you'll subscribe to this channel before you leave today. And I thank you so much in advance if you decide to do so. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's topic. Many of you have shared with me that you enjoy hearing the backstory about product lines, so I thought you might find Mario's story to be particularly interesting. He grew up in a tight-knit immigrant family and shared a bedroom with his siblings in a small Bronx apartment. His parents were from Albania and they spoke Albanian in their home. When he was 17, he stopped in front of a window at Sephora, and that was a turning point because he realized it was where he really wanted to be. He started his career at Sephora working in the perfume department, but when a customer asked to help in choosing a lipstick, he was hooked. For a number of years, he worked as a freelance makeup artist and got his big break in 2008 when a friend asked him to help do the makeup of then not very well-known Kim Kardashian. She continued to ask him to do her makeup, and he developed her signature look, which, as you know, involves airbrush skin, sculpted cheekbones, peachy pink blush, a bronzed eye, and long lashes with dewy highlight on the cheeks. Since then, he's been featured in the TV series Glam Masters, has done the makeup for Hollywood celebrities ranging from Ariana Grande to Selena Gomez and Kate Bosworth, and has collaborated and partnered with multiple fashion and beauty brands. But what he really loves doing is teaching. So he literally travels the world offering his master classes, which his sister Marina helps to organize. To commemorate his 20th year as a makeup artist, he fulfilled a lifelong dream by launching his own makeup line of 21 products called Makeup by Mario in October of 2020. After the line launched at Sephora, he and his mother both went into one of the stores, stood by the display of his line, and both started crying. In talking about his brand, Mario has said, and I quote, "I've had experience with all different types of artistry in my career, and so these products were inspired by that, plus my understanding of how the non-artist does their makeup. I wanted to break down my techniques to create products that made the makeup experience a smarter and a more inspiring one," unquote. The initial launch included 3 eyeshadow palettes, but he's most proud of the very first one he created, which is an all matte palette. Let me show it to you. He has a particularly close connection to it because the shades were inspired by the pigments found in human skin. He's dubbed it his dream collection of matte eyeshadows because they work on all different skin tones. Two other products he's especially proud of are the eyeliners and the Master Secret Glow, which is a sheer emollient highlighter. He had his older sister Vicky in mind when he created the eyeliner because she was always struggling with applying it. They're gel-based pencils with a brush on the other end to help blend them out. And here's what the eyeliners look like. He prefers a sheer emollient highlighter because it delivers a natural glow to the skin, which doesn't emphasize texture. He said that he's tried many types of emollient highlighters over his career as a makeup artist, but the problem with many of them is that they begin to slide or disrupt the texture of the makeup underneath. He wanted to create a highlight that had superior grip, that would stay in place, not slide, and which wouldn't disrupt the underlying makeup. He recommends using the fingers to tap it across the cheeks, eyelids, or lips to give the skin a natural glow. And here's a swatch. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but maybe you can see it. It is a very sheer glow, and it does indeed feel very emollient on the skin. And in a very rare move, he also self-funded his makeup line since he felt it was important to share his makeup philosophy and his techniques on his own terms. So he has no investors whatsoever. His products range in price from $14 to $48. So let's go ahead and get started and try out some of these products. I went ahead and did my skin prep and brows. I also did some primer underneath my foundation and added lipstick and concealer as well. I don't have any of Mario's brow products, but I've been wanting to try his eye primer kit, which he calls his Master Eye Prep and Set. There are 3 different color choices in this eye primer product. There's a light, a medium, and deep, and each kit contains 2 cream eye primers in a lighter and a darker color, as well as a translucent powder to set the primer. Here's what it looks like. Here's the light, which I'm going to be using, and then here's a deeper version. I'm going to go ahead and use the light and see how it works on my skin tone. First, I'm going to just blot my eyelids since they tend to be really oily. And then I'm going to use this lightest color followed by the powder. I like to rub it around just a little bit to warm it up on my finger. This makes it just a little bit easier to apply. And I'm going to go all the way from my lash line all the way up to my brows. I find it easier to apply this with my fingers than with a brush. And I think you can tell how much it's brightened up my eyes. And now I'm applying the powder. This powder will really help the mattes glide on easily. Then let's move on to eyeshadow. I've really been looking forward to trying his matte eyeshadow palette since I have heard absolutely great things about it. But first, let me show you his 2 other large palettes and some swatches from each one of them. First, his Master Metallics palette with 12 different colors. These are really stunning. And let me swatch just a few of these for you. And second, his Master Metals palette with 5 different colors. I think you can see what incredible color payoff there is in this Metals palette. The Master Metals palette, as you just saw, has intense high coverage as well as a molten metal look. The colors are packed with superfine iridescent pearls for one-stroke luminous coverage. And because of the gel powder technology in this palette, the shadows offer silky, weightless color that really just glides across the lids. Mario also has a liquid product called his Master Metal Manipulator, which turns this eyeshadow into a gorgeous liquid foil. Here's what that looks like. As you saw in the Metals palette, there was space in the palette underneath, and that's so you can put a drop of this liquid manipulator underneath and then mix the eyeshadow in with it to get that gorgeous foiled look. The 12-pan matte eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be working with is, to me, the perfect matte eyeshadow palette for several different reasons. First, the colors go from extremely light to black, and second, there is a combination of cool, warm, and neutral colors, so it literally works for everyone. Now let's see how they actually apply. I'm first going to apply the very lightest shade across the lid. And then, since I absolutely love combining warm and cool colors in the crease, I'm going to start with a medium tone pinky beige over the crease area and above it. And this is the color that I'm talking about. So first going with that light color on the lids. And this just opens up the lids, makes them look bigger. And with my hooded eyes, I absolutely need to do that. Then I'm going in with that pinky beige color on the crease area and slightly above it. And then as I have less color on my brush, I'm going to take it up closer to my brow. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a deeper mid-tone cool color and apply it more directly in the crease and above it. This is the one I'll be using. And as you'll see, this is going to show up a little bit more on my skin tone. And I'm going to bring it up just a little bit on the outer part of the eye. Bringing it up on the outer part helps me lift that eye area. Next, to deepen the outer V area of the eye, I'm going to use this warm tone brown that's the farthest to the left on the bottom row. I'm just going to put this on the outer part and lift it up a little bit higher. And then on the outer part of my eyelid. Now, as you notice, we haven't done any blending yet, but that will come. Now, this is a really pretty tone. I love all the different shades in here. So I'm putting this warm tone deeper brown just on the outer part of my eye and eyelid. Then we definitely have to do some blending. I'm going to blend it upwards. I just want to get a soft wash of color combining the cool and warm tones. It looks like the other eye is a little bit darker, so I'm going to add a little bit more of this deeper color to this eye. And I want to blend in a little bit more on the lid here, so there isn't such a sharp demarcation. Yeah, like that better. And then I'm going to just take what's left over and go around the edges. Now I'm just going to take a touch of this deeper color and put it on the outer area. And this is a darker, cooler color. And then we're going to go back in and blend. I always seem to get a little bit more on the second eye. And then take the brush with the lighter color on it to blend in the lid area. Then I'm taking a clean brush and I'm just going to sweep over everything. After you think you've finished blending, it's always a good idea to take one more clean brush and just go back over things, just to really make sure everything looks seamless. Then what I like to do is tilt my head back just a little bit and close my eyes slightly so I can still see, so I can assess how the two eyes look. If I need to, I think I need to just blend this a little bit more. I think we're pretty close, but of course when I edit this, I'll see some things I probably should have done. That's always the way. On the outer 1/3 below the eye, I'm going to go with the cool mid-tone color on the far left of the second row. I'm going to apply a little bit of this on the outer bottom 1/3 of the eye. Just going to go underneath this outer 1/3 and bring it up. Bring the color up to meet the other color. And then I'm going to take a wipe and make sure that I don't have any eyeshadow below this line that goes up toward the brow. This helps lift the eye area. In the center of the eyelid, I'm going to apply the lightest of the metallic shades. So here's the shade that's going to go in the center of the eye. Just a little bit on my finger. And I think you can see what a difference that makes just to highlight the center part of the eye. I'm going to close my eyes so you can get a better look. For eyeliner, I'm going to use Mario's gel eyeliner called the Perfect Brown. And there's a brush on the other end that I'll be using to soften the look after I apply it. It also comes in black, but I'm going to stick with the brown for a softer look. And actually what I like to do is take a thin angled brush like this and rub it against the eyeliner because it's easier for me to apply the eyeliner with this angled brush. So I'm just going to get a good amount on the brush. And then I'm going to slightly pull my lid taut and apply the color as close to the lashes as possible. And I think you can see that gives a nice softened look with the brown. And then I'm going to take the brush on the other end, and this will soften it even more. This is always the harder eye for me to do because I do not see well out of my left eye. So I'm sort of feeling my way along here, hoping I'm hitting where I should hit. And then taking the brush and softening it as I did on the other eye. Now I'm going to take what's left over on this brush and just do the very outer corner and lift upwards and then gently tap it. I'm going to go ahead and curl my eyelashes and apply my mascara off camera, and I will be right back. Now we're going to be moving on to contour, blush, and highlighter. This stick contour is the product that I had hoped would come back into stock before the end of the Sephora sale, but it continues to be sold out both at Sephora and also on the Mario website. I would definitely use the light medium color since it has a cool undertone, but I only have the light color, which has a neutral undertone, and the medium color, which has a warm golden undertone. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the light since it has the neutral undertone. Here's what these two contour colors look like. I'm pointing at the light, and of course the deeper one is underneath it. I'm just going to dot it on under my cheekbones, not carry it down very far. Because this is so soft and blends in so easily, I can do it directly from the stick. If it were a little harder and not so easy to blend, I would definitely use a sponge or a brush initially. So I'm going to blend in with this contour brush from Real Techniques. As you can see, it really blends in easily, which is exactly what we want in this kind of product. And this one I'm going to bring down toward the neck. And blending this, it will go upward. Oh, this creates a lovely soft finish. Although I definitely would prefer the cooler tone, and I'm hoping I can eventually get that. But that is really pretty. That blends out beautifully. Wow, I am really impressed with that. These stick contours also come in 4 other colors, which are neutral warm shades, a medium dark, a dark, and a dark deep. The contours and the stick blushes all come with brushes on the other end. But since these are my daughter's products, I'm going to go ahead and use my own brushes. Also, I just want to show you what the brushes look like. And notice that they are not tapered toward the end, which creates a bit of a problem because it's really hard to put the cap back on here without harming the bristles of the brush. The 2 stick blushes I have in a cool undertone are one called Pale Petal and one called Earthy Pink. Here's the Pale Petal on top and Earthy Pink is beneath it. So once again, because these are so creamy, I'm just going to dot it on. And then just blend in with my fingers. They melt into the skin so easily. In fact, I don't know if I've ever had a blush stick that melted this easily. And I think I'm just going to use this color because I really like this all by itself. Now that it's on my fingers, I like to carry the blush up just a little bit, which sort of helps pull the whole look together. Also, it helps lift the face a little bit, just a tiny bit. But as always, I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm just going to go around the edges. I really almost don't need to do this with this blush, but I always just like to ensure that it's going to look seamless. Highlighter is next, and I'm first going to use Master Secret Glow, which is the emollient highlighter that's one of Mario's very favorite products. He suggests dotting it on with the finger, and that's exactly what I'm doing, and I can see the results right away. Let's take a look at both sides, the one with highlighter and one without. So here is just blush and contour, and here is blush and contour and highlighter. And I'm going to move my head a bit because then the light will catch the highlighter. So far, I have to say I am impressed with all of these products. Now, just for the fun of it, I'm going to go ahead and press in a small amount of powder over the cream contour blush and highlighter that I used on one side of my face. Then I'm going to layer the powder contour, powder blush, and powder highlighter over the previous applied cream products. Now this may not work at all, but it'll be interesting to see if I can get it to work. First, I'll layer the powder contour and the powder blush. So on this side, I am just going to apply a little bit of powder over where I applied blush and contour, and over the emollient highlighter as well. And I really just gently pressed it in. Now I'm going to take the powder contour or bronzer in the light brown color and just add a little bit of that. And here's one of the powder blushes I'm going to use. This is called Poppy Pink. And the other powder blush, as you can see, is much deeper. It's called Wildberry. I'm going to just start with the Poppy Pink, the lighter blush. And I'm just going to sweep it over this other blush. I'm just going to put a touch of the Wildberry, the deeper one. I actually like both of these a lot. Don't want to get too carried away, so I'm just going to take my foundation brush and go around the edges once again lightly. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix together two of the powder highlighters, the shades Opal and Pearl, and apply these powder highlighters over the Master Secret Glow emollient product on one side of my face where I applied the powder blushes and contour. Here's the Opal and here's the Pearl, which you can see is a little bit deeper. I'm going to swatch both of these for you. Oh, these glide on beautifully. And I'm just mixing these two together and putting them on top of the Master Secret Glow. Now let's have some fun and compare the two sides of my face. First, the side with just the cream contour blush and highlighter, and then the side with the powder products applied over the cream products. So this is the side just with the cream products. And this is the side with the powder products applied over the cream products. I'll most likely be better able to see the difference between the two sides when I edit this video. But I would love to hear in the comments section below which side you like better, the all cream side or the side with powder products layered over the cream products. Mario makes one more highlighting product called the Master Crystal Reflector. It comes in 3 different colors, citrine, quartz, and bronzite, and it can be used on the eyes or on the cheeks or the décolleté. This product is inspired by Mario's love of crystals. They're prismatic highlighters that really illuminate the eyes and cheeks with a sheer lightweight finish that almost looks like a veil of crystal sparkle. Let me go ahead and swatch these 3 colors for you. This is the quartz. Here's the citrine, and here is the bronzite, which unfortunately arrived shattered, but I was able to press it back together. So here's the quartz, the citrine is underneath it, and the bronzite is at the bottom. I don't know how well these are going to show up. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to take a little bit of the bronzite and apply it to the outer edge of my eyes and see if we notice anything. Just to the outer edge here. Oh yeah, I can just see a little bit of sparkle. And I'm going to get a little carried away and add the quartz to the center of the eye. Oh yeah, I can see the sparkle now. So let's go ahead and take a close-up of these 2 eyes so you can see the difference with these beautiful quartz and bronzite colors applied. And here's the side without those colors. Mario has truly developed a wonderful line of products, and I feel very thankful that I had an opportunity to share them with you today. I must say that I really loved all of the products, but my favorites were the contour stick, the blush stick, and also the first emollient highlighter that we used. But I was also incredibly impressed with how easily the powders glided on as well. This is the product that I probably wouldn't use as often. It's the eye primer, and although I love the fact that there are 2 shades in here which can combine so you can really customize the look, it's not quite as creamy. It doesn't go on quite as easily as my all-time favorite eye primer, which is from Urban Decay, but I do like it. I also like the convenience of having the powder in with the 2 different colors of cream eye primer. And although the Master Reflector colors are really beautiful, I just don't think I would use them all that often, but they are fun to try. I so hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with a friend who might also enjoy it. And in the comments section below, I hope you'll let me know if you've tried any of Mario's products, and if so, how you like them. And if you'd like to receive my weekly newsletter or learn more about my Zoom makeup consultations, all you need to do is send me a quick email at boomerandbeyondbeauty@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to give you more details. Until next time, I wish you much health and happiness and hope you have an absolutely fabulous rest of your day. Take care.